guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So guys, we're going to do another episode of 3NN News. That's right, guys, the 304 News Network. That's what we talk about, these 304s acting an absolute fool, right? Guys, today we have a case of a chick, right, who has her second fatal DUI. So she went to jail for 5 years for deleting someone in a DUI, got out and deleted someone again. So guys, we'll get into this, but before we do, like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Guys, I have a second channel called 50 and 304s. That's linked in the description. Check that out. Join my Discord. Check out the playlist at the end. And guys, hit the join button or the link in the description because I'm offering memberships now. And once again, thanks to all you guys that are already members. I really appreciate the support. And guys, let's get into the beginning of the case, right? And then we actually have her sentencing. Here we go.
Goodbye to this 22-year-old Tampa man today. He was a passenger in this crash last weekend. Troopers say the woman behind the wheel was his cousin, Jennifer Carvajal. And she was already on probation for another deadly DUI crash.
Look at that.
Today, she was back in court, and Fox 13's Gloria Gomez shows us what the judge decided to do.
Prosecutors say Jennifer Carvajal is clocked going 111 miles per hour just before she loses control of the car and goes airborne.
Look at that.
Carvajal, who was the only one wearing a seatbelt, survived, but one of her passengers, her 22-year-old cousin, Pedro Carvajal, did not. Pedro's girlfriend, who was also a passenger, suffered 2 broken legs. Now Carvajal is back in familiar settings.
Good afternoon, Ms. Jennifer Carvajal.
Criminal court. Carvajal served time in prison for driving drunk, running a red light, and crashing into a Plant City man, killing him back in 2014. She was out on probation when prosecutors say she was involved in this latest fatal crash.
I advise your...
See that, guys? So she'd already deleted someone else and then did her time, was on probation. How did she get a driver's license? Clown world.
Client.
In court Monday, the judge reminded Carvajal that 1 week ago he had set bond amounts on the lesser charges, but no bond on the violation of probation charge, which means she's not going anywhere.
That will all remain in place.
Yes, sir.
Court documents reveal the trio were headed home after attending a birthday party for Carvajal's grandfather, who turned 80. After the crash, the female passenger crawled out of the car and immediately pointed the finger at Carvajal as the driver. When the officer approached Carvajal, who was standing by a chain link fence, she denied being the driver or even having any involvement in the crash.
Yet, look at that, guys. Look at that. She lied straight to the cop, right?
Just like a woman.
Records show her injuries were consistent with the vehicle crash.
Damn.
Judge, my understanding in reference...
Carvajal has yet to be charged with the death of her cousin Pedro, but her attorney expects that to change.
Ms. Carvajal, that will conclude your matters here today.
Gloria Gomez, Fox 13 News.
All right, guys, so let's get to the sentencing. And guys, we are at 3 minutes and 20 seconds in. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think her sentencing is going to be. And then once you find that out, let me know if you think it's fair. Okay, let's go.
Well, the driver in a DUI crash that killed her cousin will spend 67 years in prison. A judge handed
67 years. I think she should have got life, right? And 67 years is a long time, because she should have got life without the hope of parole. And the only reason why she didn't get life is because she's a woman. The only reason why she got out and only got 5 years from a previous case is because she's a woman, guys. You all know how biased that every single type of court is against men and towards women. Clown world.
Down Jennifer Carvajal's sentence this morning. Now, this is the second time she'll go to prison for a deadly DUI accident.
Yeah, Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer was in court today to hear what she and her family had to say about this punishment.
Prosecutors portrayed Jennifer Carvajal as a danger to the community who cared more about staying out of prison than about the people in her car.
In April 2021, an FHP trooper's dashboard camera recorded a car going at least 110 miles an hour. Earlier this year, Jennifer Carvajal admitted...
Look at that, guys. She got completely airborne.
she was behind that wheel and was drunk when the vehicle swerved off I-4 and crashed into a car dealership. The accident killed Carvajal's 22-year-old cousin, Pedro Carvajal. Jennifer will now spend more than 60 years in prison.
The constant void that will always be there because of selfish acts that Jennifer decided to do. It is something that we live with and live through every single day.
In February, Carvajal pleaded guilty to DUI manslaughter. Pedro's aunt testified during Carvajal's sentencing Friday that the accident left their family devastated.
We live through it with our family gatherings. We live through it through holidays. We live through it through birthdays and anniversaries. Where Pedro is now empty.
2 other passengers were seriously hurt. One of them was Lexia Gonzalez, who testified Carvajal asked her to say she was driving so Carvajal could stay out of trouble.
Look at that, guys. So the girl who she involved in the accident with 2 broken legs, she said, hey, you tell them that you were driving. Come on.
Just like a woman.
What did she say? Tell them you were driving.
This was the second time Carvajal killed someone while driving drunk. She spent 5 years in prison following a deadly DUI accident in 2014 when she was 16 years old. Carvajal told the packed courtroom Friday that she regrets her mistakes.
How can I be worthy enough to beg my family for forgiveness?
She asked for a lenient sentence. She said her decisions followed a traumatic childhood that included years of abuse she never addressed. And Carvajal says she wishes she could have traded places with her cousin.
I want you to know I will continue to live for.
Of course, guys. That's the excuse they always use, right?
You think I'm drunk, but that's not it. I just have mental health issues.
I can't replace him and I can't undo anything, but one thing I know for sure, he will never be forgotten.
That promise wasn't enough for the judge, who agreed with prosecutors that Carvajal has proven twice that she's a danger to the community.
She committed 2 acts of DUI and taken 2 people's lives while doing it.
So the judge sentenced Carvajal to about 67 years in prison. She would be in her 90s by the time she's eligible.
Guys, what do you think, right? Do you think that's fair? I mean, I would give that punishment maybe like a B+, but an A would actually be life without parole. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Come on, man. Absolutely insane. If a guy would have done the first DUI, he'd have been in jail for life. She did 5 years for deleting someone, got out, and did this again. And guys, it took 4 years to get this trial going and finished. Absolutely insane. So someone says did it in 2014 and did 5 years behind bars, comes out, does the same thing in 2021. You just can't fix stupid. Someone says years of abuse as a child, no excuse to drink and drive. This person here says the drunken fool always survives the crash. Facts. Someone says that if she would have got 67 years for the first one, her cousin would still be alive today. Next guy says the fact that she had the driver's license after she deleted the first person is wild. Look at that, guys. Someone says, wait a minute. She deleted someone in 2014 with a DUI. She's out of prison, drunk driving, and deleted someone again? Yeah, because she's a woman. But all right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. Guys, I'm out of here.